Hello, hello, hello. It has been a while. Had to take a little break for a bit, deal with a couple things, and get myself in a better place. Now all of that is behind me. Gonna move forward and continue on as things always have. And we're starting off with some children's card games. Love me some children's card games. Fresh month, fresh ladder. Hopefully this time I don't take quite so long to get back into Diamond and maybe even get past Diamond. I don't know. I keep saying that I'll probably think about going past Diamond, but I never actually do because the grind is just too much, honestly. Like, I get up into Diamond and then I'll usually just stop until and just log in purely for dailies, maybe do a short like half dozen games or something and then call it a day. And you can't get into Master doing that. You just can't. You gotta grind out more games. But in any case, they released a new pack, which I'm mildly interested in. I should actually go over and look at that. Yeah, the End of Guilt, where they finally released the new White Forest cards. They also did a new secret pack, Atonement's End, for the Azamina stuff and the new White Forest and some Azamina stuff, including the alt art Dea Bellstar. Very fancy. I kinda want to... Oh, they also did the Labyrinth, they also added a Labyrinth secret pack update in here, which has the alt art lady. And they also added the alt art Eldritch, along with some new Eldritch cards, I believe. Yeah, there's an alt art Pot of Extravagance, and Eldritch Mad Golden Lord, I think, is new. I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to that particular archetype. Oh no, Fallen Angel Golden Land, that one's new. This is the new thing. And Trapaholic is also new. But I want to build the White Forest deck, but I'm holding off on it because the December pack is going to be coming up on like the 4th. And we're expecting Draco Tail. There's a couple of leaks that said it was going to be Draco Tail Odeon. I take that with a grain of salt, but I'm also would not be surprised to find that it's true because we're due for Draco Tail and overdue for Odeon, so solid chance that those two that leak might actually be accurate. There's the first round of ads. They extended Birth of a Challenger. So, staples, get them here. These three are ending next month. This one is ending in a couple of days. So we're probably going to get an official announcement for what the new pack is going to be later tonight. Either later tonight or tomorrow. But that is news for later. Now, I'm going to be going in with Mitsurugi with Fiendsmith. I actually slotted in some Fiendsmith cards here. And I actually added some Fiendsmith to my Mitsurugi deck. Not sure how well it's going to go. I think it's solid. I could probably trim this down to an even 40 cards, but honestly, I don't think that the 42 cards is that big of a deal. Given that I can, bridge into Fiendsmith pretty easily. Wait, no I can't. Hang on. I don't have Moon. I didn't add Moon. What do I want to get rid of in place of Moon? Dynamundo? Dark? Probably Dark, honestly. I don't want to get rid of IPSP because that is part of the standard Mitsurugi end board. I'd get rid of Underworld Goddess. Yeah, we'll get rid of Underworld Goddess. Yeah, get rid of Underworld Goddess, add Moon. We'll go with that. Okay, let's see how this does. No titles, Rabbit, red case. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this is somebody on a fresh account that is playing some kind of pet deck. Not much in the way of interruptions. Alice. No. Oh, I know what this is. Labyrinth got new support. Yeah, they got it. They got an alt art and they got Trapaholic added to the game. And as I recall, a bunch of Labyrinth players were complaining about it being UR and how Labyrinth is now more expensive than branded, I think. Yeah, that's about what I figured. Let me just confirm that deck, because I'm pretty sure I know what it was. Yep, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, it's an OTK deck. That was a bot. That was a bot. If you ever go up against someone running this deck, even the name suggests it's a bot, but anyway, if you ever run against somebody using this deck, it's absolutely a bot. All they do is try to OTK with Mystic Walk and the Utopia nonsense. Where is it? Which one is it? It's one of them that makes it so that it gains attack points equal to your life points. And then they like blow it up and it deals damage to you based on its attack or something. Ah, here it is, yeah. Once per turn when you gain life points, you can make this card gain an equal amount of attack and also inflict that much damage to your opponent if this card is still face up on the field. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, it's a bot doing an OTK. It is not consistent at all. And if you interrupt literally any of their plays, the bot is programmed to just immediately concede. You see them all the time in Platinum, in the lower tier of Platinum, because they can't D-rank into Gold, and they get into Platinum because you don't lose rank when you lose in Gold. So eventually they get into Platinum and they just kind of hover in Platinum. So this is probably a branded deck. Hey look, it's a branded deck. And unfortunately, I have no Ash Blossom for that branded fusion, so this is gonna suck. Which version hardly matters. Edge Imp Chain. That's interesting. Apparently branded Fright Fur. Hey look, branded Lost. Because they absolutely love their custom cards. Branded Mitsurugi is a thing? Yeah, it is. I mean, branded anything is a thing, to be perfectly honest. It's a lot like Fiendsmith in that regard. This is probably a bait, because he knows I've got Nib at this point. But unfortunately, I have to take the bait. mostly because I want him to waste the effect of his Mirror Jade. Oh, hey, Ash Blossom. You would have been super useful last turn when he was about to use that branded fusion. Speaking of Ash Blossom, let's see if he's got one. He does indeed. And yeah, that's... I got nothing. I had nothing to stop him from going full combo, and I didn't have any kind of starter beyond pre-prep in my hand, so there was nothing I could do about that. And of course, once he got branded lost on the field, I wasn't going to be able to do anything to him anyway. Because all of his effects fusion summon or have something to do with bringing out fusion monsters, which means I can't do anything to them. Because branded lost is custom bullshit. Oh, White Forest, okay. Interesting. Do want to build and play this deck, but like I said, I'm waiting until the new pack comes out for December to see what it is, because I'm more interested in Draco Tail. Yeah, I saw the new RDA cards. It's gonna be real neat when they get added to Master Duel. So I intend to play around with that deck too. Now he gets to go as Amina. Not much I can really do there. That's interesting. I don't think I've seen this in a lot of White Forest lists. New support could make it tier 1? I wouldn't go that far. It will definitely be very good, though. Okay, this says I can't target my own cards, right? Yeah, I can't target my own cards on the field, graveyard, or banishment. Or that card with card effects. Okay. Vengeance Dragon? Yeah, Vengeance Dragon, like, one of the big jokes about, one of the common memes about Vengeance Dragon when it was released was that it's Centurion support. Because it's a level 12 Synchro Dragon. Okay. So he's got 2 Omni Negates. 1 Omni Negate. Actually, no, that works. That trap he placed works without Visit Starfrost being on the field. All his monsters gain 500 attack. And he gets to pop my card. And speaking of Vengeance Dragon, here it is. And I've got absolutely fuck all for... And I've just bricked. So I'm just gonna go ahead and scoop. Strictly speaking, I could have some normal summon Lori and gone into Requiem and tried to use Requiem's effect. The problem is, the moment I try to do that, he's either going to push it back with Vengeance Dragon. He's either going to push the Lori back with Vengeance Dragon, or he's just going to negate the Requiem effect with one of his 2 Omni Negates. So there was nothing I could do there. So, BRB, I gotta use the restroom. And I'm back. And if you're wondering why I stayed in the game, even knowing all the stuff that they could do, it's because there was a single draw I could have gotten that might have allowed me to play. Only one, though. Or at least, only the only one I could think of. Which was, Wusu. Because Wusu... Because I had this and this in my hand. Wusu would have allowed me to get rid of one of their Omnis. And tribute one of these to search. So I could have made something happen there, maybe. I still doubt that I could have actually won, but it would have at least allowed me to do something. Oh, this hand sucks. He's got to have a Bastille in his hand. And he scoops. Okay. Orcust. Okay. Well, possibly Orcust. I typically assume that somebody is playing a deck that is related to whatever their deckmate is. So I see this guy, I assume they're playing Orcust. Well, that's interesting. Usually I only see that happening when I win the coin toss. Ew. Ash Blossom? No Ash Blossom. Okay. Now Ash Blossom? So he's got something, but it's not an Ash Blossom, presumably. Oh, it is an Ash Blossom. Okay. He was just waiting for me to do that. That is annoying. Yeah, that's really weird. I would have thought he would have just ashed immediately at Habakiri. And I'm screwed. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this now. One ash is not going to stop Lunalight. I assume he wanted to ash there because he wanted me to commit to the Saji before doing anything. I guess in case everything that I was doing up to that point was like a bait or something. But honestly, as soon as Habakiri goes off, like, go ahead and ash, because at that point it's not a bait, like, that is their play. Okay, so he's probably got a Bestial. I don't know, we're about to find out. I mean, it's either a Bestial or a Nib. Or neither, I guess. He's just allowing this to happen. And he scoops. Does pure Mitsurugi with Fiendsmith feel good to play? I'm not sold on the Fiendsmith variant. I just started trying it just because I wanted to have a few more potential openers and a play through Droll. Up until today, I've mostly just been playing Pure Mitsu, and I absolutely love Pure Mitsu. The only real downside to Pure Mitsu is that it just absolutely gets completely shreked by Droll. But there's a lot of decks that get shreked by Droll, so that's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, like I said, I literally only put together the Fiendsmith variant of it today, just for giggles mostly. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's probably a better way of playing it, because again, it gives you some kind of insulation against Droll. But I don't know. I think overall I'll probably go back to playing Pure just because I like playing Pure. I like playing Pure Engine decks in general. Grab all these. What else do I have for today? Destroy and normal sun. Well, this one's gonna take fucking forever to do. Yeah, I feel like Ryzeal is probably the best way to use Mitsurugi. Ryzeal is probably the best way to play Mitsurugi. But my preference for the moment is Pure Mitsu. I have 0 interruptions, so this is gonna be fun. Is 3 Armasa necessary? No, you can run 2. I run 2 in mine. And we're going up against the mirror. Yay! And he's chaining prayers? Question mark? I guess he threw out the Saji just to test for Ash. Especially since, like, that dude, that is such a waste. Why would you just add a monster to your hand instead of also summoning it back? Like, why would you tribute it in that case? Like, that prayer use of prayers made absolutely zero sense, my guy. Oh, we're doing Ryzeal? And he sent Exciton Knight, which is interesting. And he passes. I have no words. My words have failed me. I'll go ahead and add Magatama, simply because I already have Ritual in hand. I'm not going to need the Magatama for what I'm planning on doing, but I'll grab it anyway. Just in case he happens to have something. Why? Just why? Like, first and foremost, I'm still going to be able to use this. So if you want to get it, if you want it to be negated, you're going to have to discard now. And second, that's what I'm going to be tributing in order to summon Futsu. Oh, you're just going to let it get negated anyway. Actually, I lied. I'm not going to summon Futsu. I forgot I had the extra Murakumo in my hand, but... Hey, look. What about second Murakumo? And now I'm going to summon this just because I need to normal summon for one of my things, and... just going to go ahead and back away. I have to assume that this guy built this deck, but doesn't understand how it works and is still learning it. Like, he got into Platinum with something completely different, just built Mitsu Ryzeal on a whim. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Yeah, this feels like somebody who net decked and doesn't comprehend exactly how to play the deck. Because the deck is correct. Yeah, standard build of Horizon Mitsu. There's nothing weird here. So I can only assume that he just built the deck. I can only assume he just net decked it and doesn't understand how to play it. Yeah, he even has aggregator to send for Ext. So yeah, the guy net decked and just doesn't know how to play the deck. Yeah. Honestly, the weirdest part about that list was the fact that he had yeah, he should absolutely be sending one of those with Ext. Okay, draw phrase prayers, and hopefully he doesn't have Ash. He does not have Ash. That, or he's saving it for Abakiri. I'm gonna add a trap, since I've got 2 copies of Ritual. Probably should have added back prayers instead of Ritual. Yeah, adding back prayers would have been better, since I have the 2nd copy of Ritual. Oh well. Not that, that. Send that. Mirror. Let's add Armasa. Nib? Please tell me it's Nib. It's Nib! Good job, dude. First off, go ahead and discard. And now, I get my board back. I'm gonna add... Yeah, I'll go ahead and add prayers. Now, this does suck because I don't have bodies to put up for Fiendsmith. But I do have plays in general. And of course, one of those plays is draw phase max C. That to dodge his aggregator. Special summon Asagi. Palm Rise Eel? I don't think I've ever seen somebody running that. New Sword Soul Link League on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro? Interesting. He hasn't normal summoned yet. Still has not normal summoned. And I know he's got ice in hand. Okay, duo drive. You can discard for that. Discarded Palm. What does Palm even do? Go ahead, flip that card. Did you forget that I had Great Purification? So your cross is gone. And now Murakumo comes back. And then your field gets wiped. Because I didn't use this earlier when I first brought it back. Because there's no reason for me to use it against one Ryzeal card. And now the only thing you've got is Ice, which is cool, but not particularly helpful for you. Ryzeal plugin, okay. Okay, good job. You can kill off my, You can kill off my smaller dudes. Big deal. Well, one of my smaller dudes. I'm just gonna skip straight to the part where I summon Engraver. And then I'm going to activate this effect. That goes bye-bye. You know what? We'll also do this. that goes bye-bye. And now I just kill you. GG. Okay, BRB again. Gotta go pee. Okay, so let that be a lesson. Nibiru is not all that great against Mitsu. It can work. Let's be clear, it can work. But you have to keep track of the rituals that have already used their effect. Because strictly speaking, the way I typically do a Mitsurugi turn is not optimal. Because I lose out on a search the way I do it. Is typically how I'll do it is Habakiri, summon Saji, Saji get ritual, summon Habakiri, send Kusanagi and Aramasa. For the second ritual, I'll send Habakiri to bring out Murakumo. Aramasa usually adds Futsu to my hand. Habakiri typically adds Mirror to my hand. And I'll use Mirror to tribute Murakumo to summon Futsu. That is not the optimal way of doing it. By doing it that way, I actually lose out on an extra search that I could have gotten with Futsu by tributing it before I summon it to the field, and summoning it to the field using Mirror, because Mirror can summon from the graveyard. However, doing it that way leaves me open to nib. Because then I've used its search effect and its resurrection is tied to its search. So I specifically do it that way just to play around nib. And honestly, the end board isn't usually all that much weaker doing it that way. It typically means that I don't get a couple of extra summons from the extra deck doing it that way. But in exchange, I end up with an okay end board that is usually good enough to play against the vast majority of decks, and I'm also insulated against Nibiru. Because if I do it the optimal way and I get Nibiru'd, my entire field gets wiped and I'm screwed. If I do it my way and get Nibiru'd, I lose out on IP Masquerena into SP Little Knight. That's it. That's the only play I lose out on. And of course, one extra Mitsu card search, which is usually going to be an extra prayers or something for follow-up. But the thing is, the deck in general gets so much follow-up from their usual interruptions that it's not that big of a deal if I miss out on one search. Because one thing I definitely love doing with this deck, a lot of people I've noticed will search prayers and have prayers set for the opponent's turn. I like going for Great Purification because I like the Omni Negate. Is that better? Is that worse? I don't know. It's just how I choose to play it. Most of the time it works out for me. Ooh, Dragon Maid Mate and Dragon Maid deck box. Are you playing Dragon Maid deck? Please tell me you are. Dragon Maids makes me smile. I love that deck so much. Dragon Maid sleeves too. Okay, let's bait out an Ash Blossom. Okay, he's got something. It's gotta be an Ash Blossom. Well, wait, his field is lighting up even now. He's got a Bestial, okay. And there's the Ash Blossom. Okay. So he did have an Ash Blossom. And he scoops. Okay. Okay, we didn't get to see what exactly he was playing, so I want to check that guy's deck just to see if he was in fact playing Dragon Maids, because I honestly believe he was. I want to believe that he was. Yes, it's Dragon Maids! Oh, I love Dragon Maids so much. Wait, hang on a second. Sir, why exactly are you playing Big Eye? Like, I'm confused. The only level 7 you've got in your deck is Ernest. So you can't actually summon this. Because he hates me? I mean, I don't hate Big Eye. I actually run Big Eye in a couple of my decks. I'm just confused as to how exactly he intends to summon Big Eye when he only has one level 7 monster in his deck, and he needs 2 to summon Big Eye. Because these 2 are level 6, these 2 are level 8, this one's also level 8, this one's level 9. Like... you have no other level 7s to combine to get to summon Big Eye. I don't know, I guess maybe he just threw it in his deck because it's a royal, and he wants to just flex the royal. But still, it doesn't matter. All that matters is it's Dragon Maids, and Dragon Maids makes me happy. Blue Eyes Deckmate, Blue Eyes Deck Box, and Blue Eyes Icon. Call me crazy, but maybe this guy's playing Blue Eyes? Blue Eyes Sleeves, too. Hey look, he's playing Blue Eyes. I am absolutely using Ash on that. Yeah, he's got Maiden. I figured he had Maiden because that's the only reason why he would ditch his True Light. A Roar. He's going to use that to summon his Blue Eyes, which is going to get his Maiden back on the field. He has not normal summoned yet. So now he probably knows that I've got Imperm, because my field's lighting up as now that Maiden's on the field. Oh, he's playing the shitty version of Blue Eyes. Of course he is. Why do people insist on playing that for this version of the deck? There's Spirit. Yeah, this is a worthy Imperm. The only way I get screwed here is if, he normal summons Ether Barrel. Nope, he had another maiden in hand. Okay. So he can go into Spirit Dragon, which is fine. I just didn't want him, Okay, and then he just sets one face down, so that's probably an Imperm. It's either Imperm or Majesty. Of course, I have fucking nothing. I have fuck all for a play. Unfortunately, this is taking place during my end phase, so even if I were to use Max C and get draws off of it... okay, so that face down is definitely an Imperm. I'm surprised he didn't set a Wishes, actually. Go ahead and rip this. Okay, so he's gonna be able to dodge one of my draws thanks to True Light. Oh no, he's setting Wishes again. Now he's setting Wishes. Now, he can go for game here, which is probably what he's going to do. And I top-decked Nibiru, which is the only thing that is going to save my ass. I'm honestly rather hoping that he tries to pop Fiendsmith in Paradise, because that gives me an interruption, because Fiendsmith in Paradise right now is dead. Yes. Thank you. Now, unfortunately, it only triggers if he special summons again, which he's probably not going to. No, he is. He's going for Ancient Fairy Life Dragon, I know. Ultimate Spirit. Ultimate Spirit is the fucking Omni Negate. No! Crimson Dragon. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pop it, I guess. Go ahead and use your Ultimate Spirit. He's not using Ultimate Spirit. Start a Cipher. I guess he figures he's gonna, like... Please just click the button. That would be so funny. He didn't just click the button, unfortunately. Oh, right, it doesn't work. It also wouldn't work because, right, I forgot. It wouldn't work that way because even if I did manage to, even if I did manage to activate the Fiendsmith in Paradise, I still couldn't trigger Desiree because I didn't have another Light Fiend in grave. That's right. Forgot about that. No, I just bricked. Which is astounding in a deck with this many starters that I brick as often as I do. Okay. I am okay with this. I'm okay with this hand. This is a solid hand. It's less of a solid hand against Malice. I mean, he's started with backup Ignister, so he's also bricked. Because you never, ever want to normal summon backup as your play as Malice. So if he's doing that, then he's got nothing else in his hand. Okay, transcode. What does transcode do again? It stops him from being targeted, right? Firewall. It and its co-linked monsters gain 500 attack. Your opponent cannot target any of them with card effects. Okay, so he's got backup back in hand. And setting one face down. Fiendsmith, in Paradise, why the hell are you just glued to my fucking hand? The macro is annoying. Eight floodgates, so goddamn much. Okay, let's see if he's got an Ash Blossom. He apparently does not. Let's get rid of his Firewall Dragon. And I'll also send Abakiri. Magatama. Activate Magatama. Tribute that. Destroy that. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Fuck you and your stupid floodgate bullshit. Hate floodgates. Floodgates should never be printed. I am okay with limited use floodgates. I am okay with conditional floodgates. I am not okay with flat out just you cannot do this thing. Troll, fuck. See, that is an example of a limited use floodgate, because yes, it is a floodgate. It stops me from adding to my hand. It only does it for that turn. And I have to search first before it can be used. And it can only be used in the main phase. So if I have a quick effect, then, yeah. You knew it! Please don't have Ritual in hand. Setting 2, okay. Magatama, maybe? Magatama, Imperm. If it's an Imperm, this would be the place to use it. If it's a Magatama, then it's not going to do anything. This would be the other big spot to use Imperm if it's an Imperm. Droplet. Okay. And he scoops, yep. And this is one of the reasons why I added Fiendsmith to this deck. Fiendsmith forces your opponent to respond, because they can't let you go through your Fiendsmith combo. And then you follow up with your Mitsurugi combo. Sky Striker deckmate with branded deck box. And live twin field. It's branded. No need for any kind of speculation. It's branded. Okay. Branded can play through Droll, so this isn't gonna do much. But I may as well use it anyway. Yeah, he's ripping all of his spells to add to his hand now. Which are, of course, quick play spells because Branded gets everything handed to it. Now the shitty thing here is I don't have Ash Blossom for fusion for branded fusion. And he's gonna be able to get access to his branded fusion here. Yeah, branded retribution. Oh, he doesn't have a way to get it. Okay. Double impermanence. Yeah. Let's bring out Wusu, Itsaji. What does this thing do again? Higher fusion monsters. Okay. So he's still got something. I assume it's one of the half dozen or so branded cards that he's got in his grave. I mean, okay. Gonna make you discard for that. It's not really that much of a discard because you just get to add that back to your hand, unfortunately. What sucks is I don't have a way to tribute Murakumo. And Futsu can only bring back my baby monsters. Yeah, I have to do it. He's got Fusion in the grave, which means he wants to add Lost. And unfortunately, that does not count as a tribute summon. And it dodges the Imperm. Because he wants to add... Oh, branded in red. Okay, I'm surprised by that. Yeah, I have to make him discard for this. Which he will discard for it because he wants Branded Fusion. Like, Branded Fusion literally wins him this game. Yeah, the bestial, the Baldrake, well, more, if we're gonna go all the way back, the Baldrake won him the game. The Baldrake won him the game. The thing that got rid of my Habakiri won him the game. So now he gets to banish my Murakumo. And then he gets to bring back Bestial Lubellion, and then Bestial Lubellion is going to either add Branded Regained or Branded Lost. And Branded Lost, there it is. And I'm pretty sure he can push for lethal here. Freda Plant, Dragospelia. Oh, Dragostapelia. Okay, so he doesn't have lethal here. What did he add? He added Mercurier. So he doesn't have lethal, but he does still have game. I think the only way I win this is if I top deck... No, even if I do that, I don't win. Because he's got Mercurier in hand. Yeah, that's been banished. Yeah, I just lose this. Because the only thing... And yeah, he's got that too now, so yeah, that's it. There's nothing I can draw. I was thinking maybe I could do something if I drew Engraver, because then I could go into Lacrima for game, but it wouldn't work because... he's got Mercurier, which is a monster negate. BRB. That fucking Bestial Baldrake. Could have had that. Now, admittedly, one thing I could have done differently. I could have gone into an IP. The problem, though, is that the only way that becomes a better play is if he special summons. Because then I can bring back material from my grave in order to use to make SP on his turn, so I can banish something. And he didn't special summon during that. Well, okay, he did, but he special summoned using Super Poly. And specifically got rid of my Futsu. So even if I had gone into IP, he would have done that same play and I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. And then I wouldn't have even had the discard effect from Murakumo. Kaji? He's got something. Okay, there's an imperm. Cross out. Maxi. And he scoops. Honestly, I wouldn't have even minded all that much if he did resolve that Maxi, because I could have just ended on Murakumo with Great Purification and been fine. Okay, draw phase prayers. Okay, so he's got an Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom, Fuelos, Perulia? Okay, cool, I guess. Okay, there's the Ash Blossom. I probably should have normal summoned Fable Lurry. Engraver effect. Favor to hand. Then I summon Agnum Day. Unfortunately, this is not a particularly good board. Especially not against that. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to win this. Nope. Not going to sit through that. Not going to sit through that. I've got no hand traps and no negates. Even if I had done that differently and not used Droll when I didn't have to, or summoned Caesar instead of Agnum Day, like even if I had managed to do that, then it wouldn't have mattered. I know exactly the kind of board that deck is capable of putting up. There was no way in hell I was going to do anything about that. Let's see if he's got an Ash Blossom. He apparently does not. Are you playing Dragon Maids? You are playing Dragon Maids. Yep. You know what? Go ahead. Again, go ahead. I am perfectly happy with the use of... I should not have used that imperm. That was a mistake. I forgot my own words. But it looks like he doesn't have any other plays, so... I did not completely screw myself. Okay, if he's got tidying, I am gonna get screwed right here, right now. He does not have tidying. Or alternatively, doesn't want to use it right now. Which admittedly would be correct for him to hold back on that because I still have my normal summon. Dump Paradise. Ah, okay, I see what he's doing, what his plan is. He's returning Engraver to my hand. Interesting. He's not returning Engraver to my hand. He's returning Lacrima, the Crimson Tears, to my hand, which is very silly because I have not normal summoned yet. So I can just do this. See, if he was going to use Tidying, he should have used it here on sequence. And I'm assuming he's got an Imperm. Okay, he does have an Imperm. Ah, he top-decked an Ash Blossom. Okay, he can go into Striker Dragon, but I don't think he can go beyond that. Because he can resummon the Kitchen, but Kitchen's already been used. He could go into Seals with it. Okay, he is going into Seals. But that would only get him Magnamut. And I can force him to activate that long before it becomes relevant. Okay, so you gotta activate it now or never. There you go. Okay, what's he bringing out? I'm assuming Magnemite. It's gotta be either that or Druid's Worm. I don't think he'll oh, he's actually bouncing my Lacrima? I'm surprised. He's going for Chamber. Okay, so he's banking on surviving this turn, basically. Still don't know what his face down is. It is something that he can activate, whatever it is. But whatever it is, it doesn't matter because I've got Habakiri now. I don't think there's a single face-down card he could potentially have that would save him here. Super Poly. Okay. How do I do this? Favor is in the grave, unfortunately. I could have done this before the battle phase to destroy that, but I didn't want him to draw an extra card. And he's going to do that to destroy he's going to do that to draw an extra card anyway. I'm actually kind of surprised. He got nothing out of it. Win and you'll gain a rank. Well, good news for you, buddy. My luck hasn't been going so well, so there's a solid chance that... Actually, I think I've gone even tonight so far. Not against Branded, though. Definitely have not gone even against Branded, and I'm definitely not going to be doing anything against Branded with this hand. Branded Fiendsmith. Okay. He probably either has Branded Fusion in hand or a way to get to it, and is doing this nonsense because he wants to test for an Ash Blossom. That's what I'd do, at least. That's what I always use Fiendsmith for, is just to check for hand traps, because it's really good at that. Now, the shitty thing about this is, even if Fiendsmith is all he's able to do, and like the rest of his hand is just bricks, I'm still kind of screwed, because he can end on Caesar, and Caesar stops me from doing basically everything. Oh, he's going Desiree. Interesting. Tour guide. Sangan? What the fuck is this dude playing? That's Agnum Day, obviously, yeah. He's gonna resurrect to use Agnum Day to resurrect his Desiree, and Desiree is gonna get a shitload of attack. He's using that to grab Maxi. That's hilarious, actually. He's using Tour Guide Sangan to grab Maxi from the deck. Now he gets to draw a card. He's not rezzing his Desiree? Oh, no, he is. He's just gonna use it with a bow. And discarding the Fuelos. That brings back the Agnum Day. The Agnum Day brings back the Desiree. Yada yada yada, so on and so forth. Now, the scary version of that is that he gets to have 5 negates on the field, except realistically this is only 1, because he's only going to use it once. Oh, he's playing heroes. Got it. He's playing some weird amalgamation of heroes and things because he's summoning DPE right now. Okay. Now it makes a little bit more sense. He's playing the most combo of combo slops, of some combo slop decks. And unfortunately it's going to work because I bricked. Well, I bricked in the sense that this is not a good hand going second. He's going to max C. I'm going to use Called By. He's going to negate it with Desiree. Oh, he's not going to negate it with Desiree. I'm surprised. And he's gonna bring back his Drew's Worm. Ash Blossom, okay. Yeah, and there's his one negate for that. What about second ritual? Please spell or trap. Suppose mirror will work. Tribute Habakiri. Murakumo, Habakiri Search. And that'll get me prayers. Okay, big deal. You get rid of one of my Murakumos. Still have another one for you to deal with. DPE gets to come back. I don't want to droll here because then I can't resurrect my Murakumo. Targeting my Requiem, which is interesting. Again, I would like to droll him here, but I can't. Max C, okay. He gets no extra draws because he apparently forgot how Called by the Grave works. So apparently we're just going to be going in circles with our Bestials, with Bestial, Drua's Worm, and shit. Okay, but that doesn't negate Murakumo's effect. It's still going to destroy everything. Like, your field still gets wiped. Like, sure, you banish my Murakumo. Big fucking deal. I've got Kusanagi to bring it back. Okay, now he's got another Drua's Worm. Pre-preparation of rites, perfect. say goodbye to your DPE forever. Now, unfortunately, he is going to finally get rid of my Murakumo. He's just going to make this next part even funnier. Oh, he's actually going to give me back the Murakumo even. Okay. I need to do ritual, unfortunately. Let's grab Aramasa. Add Habakiri. Now it doesn't matter which thing you get rid of with your Druid's Worm for the millionth fucking time. Because I still have lethal on board. And I'm still gonna make you discard to get rid of it. I have no idea what kind of slop you are playing, but my god, that was annoying. BRB, I gotta use the restroom again. Alrighty. Here you go again. Konami, please fix your servers. Willows. Plus, I've already got Futsu, so add Wusu for some second turn follow-up. Mirror. Mirror. Special summon this, tribute this. That. Grab this. Special summon. Finally, go ahead and activate this. Target this. These will go into this. Oh, and he scoops. He got tired of me going through my combos, I guess. I'm assuming he was playing Malice. Let's see. No, he's playing Ryzeal Automat. Okay. He's running Sphere Mode? It's a little weird, right? Huh. Well, that's definitely a weird one. Why would you be running Sphere Mode over literally any other kaiju? Like, I would take Lava Golem over Sphere Mode. You see, the thing about Sphere Mode is it's similar. It has the same benefit and detriment that Lava Golem has over regular kaijus. That being, the benefit is it gets rid of more monsters on your opponent's side of the field. The detriment is your opponent has to have that many monsters on their side of the field in order for you to get rid of them. Like, Lava Golem, any kaiju needs 1. Sphere Mode needs 3. It's just a little weird. But made it into Platinum 3. I think that's a solid spot to end it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm still not completely sold on Mitsurugi Fiendsmith, but it has at least earned a second day of ladder grind. Because while the Fiendsmith combo isn't really that, I feel like it's not that doesn't benefit me as much in here, because the thing is, in order for me to run Fiendsmith, I had to get rid of Dominus Impulse. That's the thing. I'm basically choosing between running Fiendsmith or Impulse, and Impulse is a really good trap. Where is it? That's Purge. Here's Impulse. Yeah, Impulse is really good. I can activate it from my hand, and if they do something that special summons, I can negate it. The only downside is I can't activate Light, Earth, or Wind monsters, which means I can't use Max C, I can't use Droll for the rest of the, and I can't use Dynamundo for the rest of the duel if I use this. And that's, of course, also the reason why I can't use this if I'm running Fiendsmith, because all of the Fiendsmith monsters are light. One thing I do kind of want to do, I kind of want to get rid of Dark. Just contemplating this, getting rid of Dark or Dugaris for a bow. Because you can very easily bring this out with Fiendsmith. It is not hard at all to do. Like, just sequence plus one body is enough to get to this. Because sequence gets you into Agnum Day plus a body gets you into a bow. And then you can use its effect to bring back Agnum Day, and then use that to bring back whatever other Fiendsmith body you had, and that's why it's a good combo. I would have to get rid of. Yeah, it would have to be either Feral Imps, Exciton. I have to believe it would be one of the rank 4s, more so than Dark, just because Dark is really strong right now, because so many decks are running Dark monsters. So I'm always, if I summon Dark, then I'm almost always going to be able to steal something. The only time I might not be able to steal something is if I'm going up against White Forest, but even White Forest runs Dark monsters, they just don't always have them in the grave, because they recycle them constantly and leave them on the field. So I feel like it might be better to drop Dugaris or Gallic Granite. Maybe King of the Feral Imps. Actually, King of the Feral Imps is probably the best cut here. Because King of the Feral Imp, right off the bat, straight up, I gotta say, King of the Feral Imps is mostly in here because it's in the Ryzeal package. It's part of the Ryzeal deck. Because Mitsurugi, pure Mitsurugi, does not use the extra deck. Okay? King of the Feral Imps is not really used in Mitsurugi. Like, the only thing that this thing really does for you is it gives you is similar to Gallant Granite. It gives you a way to search Wusu. Because you need 2 level 4s in order to get this out. And if you've got 2 level 4s on the field as a Mitsurugi deck, you already have Habakiri. There's no way you don't have Habakiri or a way to get to it if you've got 2 level 4s on the field, because your level 4s, like this one adds a spell, right? No, this one brings back one from Graveyard or Banishment. Yeah, this one adds a spell, this one adds a monster. Like, any 2 of those level 4s is going to get you into your Mitsurugi cards. Like, the only way I could see you not getting into your Mitsurugi cards is if you had Lacrima and Kusanagi. But if you've got Lacrima and Kusanagi both on the field, how would you even do that without having access to another Mitsurugi card? The only way I could see that happening is if you normal summoned Lacrima and used prayers to tribute Kusanagi from hand. But if you did that, then why not just that would suggest that you had prayers in hand. Why wouldn't you just use prayers to get to Habakiri? There's So yeah, King of the Feral Imps is probably the best cut from here. For a bow. The only other thing it would search for would be Wusu, and Wusu is something that I search for on my opponent's turn, not during mine. Gallant Granite has a use in searching for Nib. Dugaris has a use in potential has a use in giving me lethal damage or drawing extra if I really need to draw. Exciton is just another board wipe, plus it's a light fiend that can go into Fiendsmith, so if I didn't do Fiendsmith at all the previous turn, and I was able to bring back a bunch of my smaller reptiles using Futsu, then I could get those into Exciton Knight and use it as a board wipe. And then immediately go into Fiendsmith. So yeah, I'll try this out some more tomorrow. But for right now, I'm gonna say that this is... Yeah, go ahead and save that because I want a bow. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a good spot to end. Hope everybody had fun watching. I'll be streaming Final Fantasy tomorrow, and it'll be the usual much longer stream because I'll be doing weeklies, I'll be doing dailies, I'll be doing all that good happy fun stuff, and raid, of course. So that'll be fun. See you guys then. Later.